Damn, it stinks. Okay, let's talk about. I have these different things written down. So in this one, let's go ahead and talk about the easy one, YouTube Tokyo. Yeah. So with this big move going to Japan and such, and this might be a long one. It depends. With this big move going to Japan and such, to Tokyo. One of the things that I've been mentioning on my weekly Wednesday What's Up is this threshold. I've been needing to get around 50,000 subscribers, because what happens, for whatever reason, from what I have heard with YouTube Tokyo, talking to other J vloggers and different people that are into that kind of thing, they don't really start to open. You can rent stuff out as long as you have over like 100 subscribers, but from what I've been told, the doors don't really open to you until you have 50,000 subscribers. So it's always been like I've always said before, you know, personally I don't think subscriber numbers and the more count you have measured of talent in performance arts of the man, right? But for whatever reasons, you know, it's important. But I can understand for the YouTube side of things, for fans, whatever. But for YouTube side of things, they need people that are fairly like committed to their channel, I suppose. And 50,000 subscribers is probably a good indication that they are. Same thing, you know. So that's why. And with the count that we're looking at right now, unfortunately, once we ran into that monetization problem with the channel, it really was detrimental to some of the growth, the acceleration of my sub count. And well, I get about 10,000 subscribers a month, new subscribers a month, roughly about that. Yeah, about 10,000. I lose like 1,000 subscribers a month for whatever reason. Who knows? I've always, and this is another thing with YouTube Tokyo, and Tokyo in general, or YouTube in general, is that I don't really get a chance to talk to other YouTubers within the same field of mine, to like kind of compare notes or whatever and see if there's anything I can learn to do better or whatever, especially analytics and such. You know, I'd really like to know more about how that works. But even that being said, YouTube, you know, the kind of channel I have is very different from anybody else's channel, so who's to say what's going on? I don't want to make multiple channels, because I can barely manage one channel, you know, with a full-time job, right? So sorry, I was just thinking about some of the kids that I'm going to be missing and everything. Anyways, sorry. Focus. Okay. So with YouTube, there's a great opportunity though. You can take a look at their website. They got 4K studios to use. They got a guest room. There's so many things I've been thinking about, like what to do. I have so many ideas in terms of how to do it. I don't want to tell you guys yet, but I have so many ideas on how to grow my channel, and that was always a big problem living here in Fukuoka. Is I always felt like there was, you wouldn't imagine how many times, like I would put an ad in the online sort of paper for all the foreigners, and I was looking for someone to come in and help do reactions with me, like, you know, just really make it more interesting, right? Specifically like females and such, but it's nobody cares out here. Nobody cares, and nobody sees it with the same eyes I do. I've said this. I've had this problem before where there's a stigma that if you're watching YouTube all day or whatever, like you're a nerd or you're a geek, or like you're considered otaku, right? And if you're a YouTuber, that is even worse. Like they don't see the dollar signs. It's this new media. Even though YouTube's been around for fucking 10 years now, this new media, Japanese people are just they're very slow. It's not as technologically advanced as you would imagine, and the only people that are really into technical things and technological stuff are the more otaku people. So it really gets a bad rap. Like I've said before, most Japanese people won't know the difference between 1080 and 620 resolution on screens, 4K, 4K TVs, Blu-ray. Blu-ray has been struggling to sell out here. It's frustrating, and I learned a lot. I became, yeah, we'll save that for the lifestyle video. But in short, the YouTube thing, I have a lot planned, and there's a lot I'm going to be doing here, and I guess in terms of the channel, we can get into it now. The reaction things, I'll still be doing reactions. I don't mind doing reactions, but I need to start doing them again my way. You know, as much as I like talking to subscribers, one of the things I really pride myself on is the fact that I have 30,000, almost 40,000 subscribers strong, and I do try to spend as much time replying to the more sensible comments as I can. But it's becoming, the only reason that I can do that now is because I've had to sacrifice and cut off so many things from my private life. It's, you know, like, there's been many times where people have come by or were waiting for me to finish up a reaction, and you ask, okay, why don't they just join the reaction? Well, they don't know anything. They know less about the content much less about the content than I would be. And then there's the English complex, and you got to understand this. Just like when the pizza man came by the other day, I'm like, yeah, he could watch it, but he wouldn't even know what the hell he was watching, and then he would only speak in Japanese, right? So there's a problem there. And so I just feel that relocating back to Tokyo, it was the best thing for me to do. There's a lot of stuff. And the reaction stuff, you know, when that grade A under A video came out, I mean, I agree with him, but I've had a few meetings with some networks. I'm trying to sign up for a network now, because that's the only way that's the only way my channel is gonna get saved at this moment in time. This particular channel, because just YouTube, Google, just they don't know what they don't trust me anymore for whatever reason. But because it's all robots, because there's no human looking at my account. That's the bigger problem. That's the much bigger problem. I wish I could find my angel at YouTube, the one that really likes my channel or whatever, and gave me a lot of information to help with all sorts of things, but she could go in there, or somebody could go in there, and that's a whole other thing, is like going directly to YouTube Tokyo. Maybe that'll give me more in for them to fix some of this fucking shit that's holding me back from really putting more into YouTube. But again, I'm gonna be doing the reactions. I'm not following that formula. I really wasn't none of myself and the Big Four and such. Which is another thing I do want to kind of talk about is, you know, I don't push the Big Four because I want to push it for myself. I react to whatever action is coming my way. And so if people want to keep on acknowledging the Big Four or the Reactor verse, who am I to tell them to shut the fuck up, right? You know, I put together the Big Four. I put together the Reactor verse, or had a hand in having that all come together as a community and such. So why would the last thing be for me to stop promoting what's making people happy? People love the fact that the Avengers came together. Why would I start acting like it's a problem and to try to dissolve it or whatever? Even if I wanted to dissolve it, it wouldn't happen, right? I don't control the people. People in some cases influencing us, not controlling me, but influencing all these channels and such. That video has why reaction channels are shit. That's influenced a lot of people. It's influenced. It had an effect on me because I do think that taking a video and only adding in fucking 3% or whatever, 2% of your own stuff at the beginning and the end, and just letting the rest of the video run through is theft. I would be mad if someone was taking my videos and doing that shit. Like, even if they had 800,000 subscribers or 900 or 2 million, whatever, right? Like, you know, if you're not adding real content to it, there's a problem. And this has been bothering me ever since that video came out, and it's making me more aware of the way I'm doing things, because I would hate for someone to take my shit and do that. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with a network about this today because I told them to watch that video and really think if they want to be involved with my channel and things like that. And you know, we had an argument about fair use, and you know, they admitted that there are channels out there that are really stretching the definition of fair use and abuse and things like that. But all I can say is, with my channel, I will continue to do reactions, but I'm gonna be a little more socially conscious of what I'm reacting to. And you know, I really 6 months ago, when I knew I had to stay in Fukuoka for a little longer and I couldn't get a job, and I was just like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna invest all my time into pushing the channel more and stronger first, and then after that take a risk and such. Alright, sorry, I thought there was like a goddamn ghost or something. I heard a noise and then I saw like this dark shadow or something move toward me, and I just started freaking the fuck out. So, alright, so in short, guys, yeah, so the reactions, I'm still doing them, but I'm gonna probably minimize them just because of the time it takes to put out reactions. And unfortunately, there's a huge part of my original fan base that I've been neglecting for the longest time. The people that really stuck with me, it's nothing against the fan base that I have now, but the ones before were purely watching me for content, for stuff about Japan, and they really appreciate the cuts and edits that I did for every video. Reaction videos are easy to put together, that's why everybody can fucking do them. Make them interesting, add content, not everybody can do. But you know, I really want to get back into trying to rescue and save a lot of those original fans that used to support me, the ones that over a year ago bought me a whole new camera because they like seeing my adventures in Japan. And when I lost my camera in the fucking ocean, they supported me and helped me out. You know, if that were to happen again, to be honest, I really can't say if that's the fan base that I have now would be doing the same or even care for this, because as much as they do watch me, I think for a lot of this particular fan base, it's just it's a kid shit like competition to see who can get how many subscribers and things like that. And that's not the kind of world that I want to be with. You know, I think a subscriber, someone mentioned this, a very smart subscriber of mine, or maybe not even mine, I think it was on I'm Dante's page. They said that the problem with competition is that competition always ends up in the result of conflict at the end. And I think that was very wise for that person to say, and it really made me think. Like, I never even thought about if I had known things were gonna to get the way they are at this point right now, no matter how much, like, I do sometimes regret even putting all of us together, because unfortunately there were people that saw how much fun everybody was having and wanted to try to take advantage of that, and then more copycats started coming, and it just, you know, there never was a big thing at the time about sub count and all this other bullshit, right? And I really do think that's like a young kid shit type of thing, or dick check as you would call it, right? Dick size check. Whereas I was just having fun, and you know, all the channels that I look up to are actually, they have less subscribers than I do, but when I think about them, I will always think of them as better than me, because they're the people that I looked up to, and they're the people that are respected in their individual industries as the top guys. And I feel the same thing for me. That's the kind of channel I will always, for a lot of subscribers, I will always be Big Four. The Big Four will always be that way, and I understand that. I understand why they say that, and I will always be Akasan, and that's nothing you can take from me. So it doesn't matter if I have 30,000 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers, whatever. I want to always continue a certain path with my channel and doing it my way. That's still entertaining for me to keep making videos and not be a fucking dancing, reacting monkey. So if I suddenly get shot or stabbed and I'm in the hospital and I make an update from the hospital from the fucking hospital bed and shit, I don't see fucking comments that are like, hey man, you're the best, I've been with you since 40,000 subscribers. Hey, react to this, man. Hey, react to that, man. Hey, react to that. Hey, why are you in the hospital? That shit would make you fucking quit, like, immediately, right? So I gotta get pulled back. So I gotta get back to the way some of my channel was before, and spend more time with some of those videos that don't generate a lot of views, but you know what? I fucking enjoy making them a lot more than I enjoy, you know, watching certain things that just aren't me. And the only reason people want me to watch them is because such and such watch this, such and such reactor watch this. You're not gonna get as many subs as he. This is why you don't have subs. See, you don't listen to the fans. You know what? I do listen to the fans, but I don't always follow what they say. So that being said, that all being said, I still, yeah, I'm still doing reactions. I'm just gotta get back to what makes my channel so special, and my #1 top videos are not reactions. So at this moment in time, they aren't. So, and that my last point here too is the fact that when talking with this network, we were kind of talking about my growth, and one of the reasons why, you know, my channel doesn't grow as fast, but we talked about it. It very much is my demographic. Is I don't appeal for a lot to immature. Well, I shouldn't say that because it sounds like an insult. Like I'm gonna say all kids are immature. I just don't appeal to a demographic, a certain demographic that wants a certain different thing and can't spend the time watching however long this video has run this point. So it's this is how it works. And you know, but at the same time, I whatever my talent is, I just read this the other day. I have a subscriber that has extreme ADHD and can't even sit through a Reactors 3-minute video at sometimes, but he can sit and watch one of my 40-minute videos like this. He said it's very smoothing. So, and I had to fight with did I have ADHD? No, I had not ACD, but no, I had attention deficit disorder. ADD. I had ADD when I was a child, so I know exactly how that can be, just zoning off and shit, right? Speaking of which, so and so this is one of the things with my YouTube channel. The status of it is like the demographic. the demographic, but not just that, where I'm uploading from. The network and I, we were talking about this, is like the majority of my audience comes from America, by far. After that, it's Europe, and then after that, Australia, and then Singapore, Japan, like that. There's like 3 people in Japan watching, probably me, my bitches, and some other. Anyways, so it's okay, they don't understand English anyways. So what I'm saying is the problem is that if you search for certain stuff in Japan, I'm the first channel that pops up because of my popularity, but it's because I'm uploading from Japan. But because I'm uploading from Japan and I'm competing with all these other I'm getting in the queue with all these other channels that are similar in terms of reactions. I'm getting less exposure, just purely, one of the reasons purely based on the fact that I'm on the side. Does it make sense? Like I'm from another country basically, so there's some proof of that going on. And one side note, there was this one girl I used to date, and she got really mad because she stopped talking to me for a while. And I think maybe I told you guys this story before, but she was searching in Japanese for certain stuff in Japanese about like French toast and shit, and my videos came up. She was searching for like Shingeki no Kyojin. My video came up. In the Google images, my video would come up. So I'm doing something right because it's getting out there, but there's not a lot of people, Japanese people, that are going to be watching reaction channels. There's not a lot of Japanese people that are going to be watching stuff in English. You guys get what I'm saying here? So I have to keep this in mind. PewDiePie came up with my meeting today. PewDiePie was talking about this, about his exposure was very different in Sweden when he used to live out there compared to America or whatever. So I guess that's all I can really get into. This video's probably been long enough, and I gotta get to the other 3 or 4 things to do here. I'll try to make those a lot shorter. Reaction stuff we'll still be doing. I'm just gonna twist it a little way. I'm gonna avoid more now than ever not to follow that kind of cheat code, cheat code to get 1,000, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers immediately. Okay, I don't care. I just don't care, because I don't want to be a reaction monkey. Like, and I'm not saying that people that are following that formula are doing that, but I morally have a problem with stealing other people's content to that extent, having an entire catalog of something on your channel. It's like come on, like it's someone said it's like you're selling you're selling bootleg Nikes out of your truck, or no, you're selling Nikes out of your truck discounted illegally, or you're selling fake Nikes and shit, or out of your truck, and when the police catch you, you're like, no, I'm promoting Nike. Like, when I read that, it just, all that shit started getting into my head, guys, and I was just like, okay, I have to have more respect for this, and smaller channels, maybe it's better just to promote them that way. But for bigger things, and if I ever do a video with PewDiePie or whatever, Boogie, things I flip the image or make it a little more transparent, I need to just be more socially aware of that, because I would hate for other people to do that to me, if I were, and take money out of my pocket, basically. I hope it makes sense, guys. Alright. Yeah, that's it for now. So, end of this month, guys. Let's push this channel. Hopefully, if we can get 50,000 subscribers by the end of October, end of September, that would be great. Middle of October, I'm fine with that as well. And we can go to YouTube, show them our list. I'll show them my stat check. I'm like, and just look them in the eye and be like, is this dick big enough for you? Peace. Oh, and I'm gonna add in one more point I just thought about when someone was emailing me about the monetization issues, and actually this video isn't up yet, but by the time it's up, it'll be very funny because they're saying the same thing, like just go to YouTube Tokyo and try to fix the monetization situation. Monetization situation. You know, this is the other thing. The YouTube Tokyo space has parties, happy hours. They have once a month to get together, and you know I call myself the Prince of Reactors and things like that, and because I identify with Vegeta, and after Gator Martin hit 100,000 subscribers, he was the last of the three, Tyrone, Ryan, myself, Tyrone, Ryan, and then Gator. I just felt like everybody was going Super Saiyan, and he was just like, he told me, he was like, "Hey man, you next, you're gonna do it." But I felt like Vegeta. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's doing it. So, and someone last night, somebody told me like they can see it because their image of Vegeta is very similar, very stubborn, and then very lonely at the same time. And I never thought about it like that too, but I do feel very alone out here in terms of the YouTube stuff. So it's I think it'll be a great opportunity to get back to people talking, people that know exactly how I feel about YouTube and building channels or doing entertainment other than doing something other in Japan as a foreigner other than being a fucking English teacher, okay? Which I have nothing against English teaching. I enjoy it a lot, but I'll save it for the lifestyle story. Alright guys, peace. Okay, and another side note about the YouTube channel in terms of reactions, I'm going to cut back on TV show reactions because it takes a lot of my time, and maybe I might do a different format, but particularly I enjoy editing The Flash, so I'll still continue to edit The Flash every week because I actually enjoy that show, and I think it works well with highlight clips and such, right? But like things like Arrow, Daredevil, I won't be react. I won't be react. I don't think that's a very good show to react to. I might do reviews from that here on out for that one. Yeah, Arrow, we'll see with that season. But like timing, guys, it's gonna be rough in October. So a lot of TV shows, I realize this is kind of an issue. Is I'm doing regular reactions like that, and then I'm doing TV stuff as well, and that's more than any channel is really taking on. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of stuff to try to push out 4 or 5 reactions a day. And then on top of that, when a TV show comes up, which takes about 5 to 6 times. Now, I really would say with all the cuts and edits is about 10 times longer much longer actually, much longer, because it's just a lot of splicing you have to do, and it's the nature of the beast. That's real editing, true editing there. So, I'm going to change the format of the way I do a lot of TV shows and such. I might do like just straight no picture in the corner. Like if you guys are interested in just straight like that, I might just do that for some shows. Some shows maybe not. Alright, anyways guys, yeah.